For thousands of years, the shamans of the Andes have carried a living body of wisdom, not belonging to one people, but to the land herself. Their prophecies spoke of great change, a turning point for the world, a new way of being human. As humanity stands at a new threshold between technology and wisdom, these teachings ask a simple question. What kind of humans are we becoming?
To the lineage of the Alto Mesayok, the wisdom keepers, thank you for allowing us to come all the way to your beautiful glacier, to these mountains, powerful places, the wakas of this place. Receiving the Muneki for me was like a return home, because I grew up in the Andes of Chile. I was living in the United States when I felt the call to reconnect to my roots. And when I started walking the path of the medicine wheel and the sacred Andean codes, I really felt like I was being pulled from my destiny, from being in a place of victimhood, totally disempowered, helpless, mother of 2 kids in a foreign country. I was in a bigger world. And I had a very vivid dream that the walls of my house, of my inner home, of me, were falling apart, literally in my dream. And I could start seeing what was beyond the walls.
I first went to the Andes as an anthropologist, not as a spiritual seeker. I was not looking for a master. I was not looking for anything other than the source of the contemporary sacred teachings of the ancestors of the Inca. I was the first American anthropologist to reach their villages. As I became exposed to the shamans in the area and saw that they could read the signs of destiny, that they could perform soul retrievals that accelerated healing tremendously, that they could speak with nature, with the mountains and the trees and the rivers, then I became very intrigued with their science. And this is a science that today we call spirituality, but that is the science of understanding the cosmos through your direct connection with nature. And then I became, of course, a student of the ancient ones, the master shamans that have all passed away by now, and trained with them after I had access to them. How did people that my professors were saying they're not intelligent, they can't even read or write. How did they build pyramids and how did they build cities in the clouds? They had to have access to technologies that we're not capable of understanding even today. When I first arrived in Cusco many years ago, more than 50 years ago, I needed a translator. And the best translator happened to be an Indian who was also a professor at the university. And we went out walking through the Andes, the high mountains, village by village, looking for the great shamans. And it was through him that I met Don Manuel Quispe, who was a keeper of the prophecy. He was a prophecy keeper. My initial mentor, the professor, was trying to bridge the ancient wisdom with the modern world. Not very successfully, because the modern world was intent on destroying the ancient wisdom. Whereas Don Manuel was interested in protecting the ancient wisdom, because he understood that there was a new human that would be appearing on the earth. And that new human would be you and I. And that was Don Manuel's mission, was to not only reveal the prophecy of the new human to come and the possible extinction of humanity. It was not guaranteed, but also the processes. The prophecy was what could happen, not what would happen if we decided to take a quantum leap, and the processes were how to do it. The rites are seeds that are offered to us. Now, we already come with seeds that are planted in the soil of our soul. And this is what they call karma in the East, or what we call our upbringing, all of the beliefs that we inherited from our family, from our era that we live in. But these rites bring us the seeds of the most divine expression of humanity, which is also very earthy. The divine is grounded on the earth, and they give us the opportunity to grow new bodies that age differently and heal differently, of bodies that die differently, and to really embark consciously in our journey through infinity.
The first rite I received was the Mozo, so the new rite. The shamans with their altars were really hitting me on the head and on my body with their mesas, altars, stones that they have inside. And that feels like a lightning bolt comes and opens you up to space for something new.
The
foundation rite is the healer, because in order to be able to listen to the voice of the land, to listen to the wisdom of the mountains, we need to make space inside. And if we're full of toxic emotions, of feelings of not good, being good enough, or someone else is guilty, then we're going to be hearing all these chaotic voices inside of us instead of the clear, clean voice of life. The second rite that we offer, because it gives you protection, are the bands of power. And here we organize the elements, earth, water, fire, air, and ether, to help us digest, compost the energies that are too heavy and that can make us sick.
The basis of the bands of power is that the energy field is not static. You can actually improve the quality of the field, upgrade it, and install different elements in it, including elements that will protect you from intrusive energies, including negative thoughts from someone else, or jealousy or anger. That'll protect you from these energies and filter these energies so you only get the beauty and the benefit, and it blocks out anything that may be negative or not further your growth.
The third initiation are the archetypes. We call them the Aini Karpai in Quechua, the totems of the Andean world and that are universal, that help us come back to reciprocity with the world. And even more, they help us reset our instinct. The fourth rite that helped us build this structure of power, of vision, of knowing is the seer rite.
We all have the ability to see, to perceive directly the invisible world. But we're taught it doesn't exist. Since we're little, we're taught, no, that person, that your playmate, your invisible playmate is not real. Reality gets defined for us. To awaken this rite, we have to undefine reality, have it not be defined any longer by the beliefs that we learned as children, but to really be able to open your inner vision and to see the spaces in between things. You need to be willing to see everything.
The fifth initiation is the daykeeper rite. By now, we are done with just empowering the me and healing the me. It's always an ongoing process, but now the focus becomes the we. And now we are opening our hearts, our love, our vision to care for others as well, because our well is full of life force again. And with the next rite, the wisdom keeper, now we go from the belly of the land, to the mountain. We go up the mountain, we acquire vision, heights. From here we acquire perspective, and we can come back to the village with new maps, new stories.
You tap into the collective wisdom of the sages, of the ancient ones, and you begin to recall sitting around a fire with the buffalo behind you, telling stories, or praying and meditating in a temple above the snow line. So you begin to remember the things that were known before and have been forgotten by humanity, and they become yours.
The seventh rite is the earth keeper. By now, our hearts are so open, so my children are not just from my town, from my biological family, but every child is my child. A sage said once, the more I love, the more I know. The more I know, the more I love. So we can really live the interconnectedness of all life, and it's not just an intellectual, beautiful idea.
These rites were the rites of indigenous people who wanted to become earth keepers, to be in right relationship with the earth. Those were the first 7 rites, where you had to learn to become a healer, you had to heal yourself, go through your own healing journey. And what I did was to adapt the language and the terminology and the skills, because these were transmitted to your energy body, to your electromagnetic field that surrounds the body, that is an information field. And it upgraded the quality of the information that would launch you on a journey of healing. The final 2 rites were never available in the Andes. They would be the rites for humanity, for the planet. This is the big transition that humanity was going through that would allow us to become that new human. And these were the 2 most important rites that we worked with Don Manuel to bring down to the earth for the very first time. We organized expeditions with dozens of shamans and dozens of Westerners to go to the high mountains to call forth and anchor this rite on the earth. These are rites that were always available, but they have been transmitted from spirit to humans directly. A big angel had to come and touch you, or you had to be hit by lightning, but they had never been available for human-to-human transmission. They could never be given by one person to another person. Believe me, there were some very challenging times to do this. Don Manuel explained to me that there were dangers, that there are not only positive, beneficial, beautiful forces in the universe, but that there are also predatory forces that did not want these rites to appear in the planet, that did not want humans to acquire the extraordinary powers that these rites would give you. And we would have to be very, very careful at the very beginning because we did not want to become a target.
Kita koi kui. Ahora con anca. Ahora que está. Alto misayo huacho, alto misayo espíritu. Hampo ita, hampo yo. A ver con anca huachita. A ver con anca yanke ni malanke ita koi ki panaima. A ver yanke hampo, mame con anca. A ver paña misa, lo que misa, tu misayo misa. A ver to con año. To con año. Yo misayo espíritu hampo. Baña koi que suba calpequita. A ver con anca culiana señor bendito lo veras sin saneamiento sin ben sin buga con una permisa na bon show. Miri ko kawinayo.
The mosok means the new rite, and it means that this is the rite of passage to the time to come. The idea is that you have to survive the great turmoil that the earth is going through and humanity is going through. We had to survive it in order for a new kind of intelligence and a new kind of wisdom to arrive to humanity. Now, as we're getting closer to this age of artificial intelligence, we begin to wonder, well, are we talking about the new intelligence being mechanical, robotic, or are we talking about humanity taking a leap, humans? And I think we have a choice, and there's no defined outcome. But back then, we knew that this would be the rite that would help you weather the storm of change that accompanied global warming, planetary changes, remember the prophecy, storms, fires raging through the earth, and the crumbling of society. Today everybody's digitally connected and humanly disconnected. I remember asking Don Manuel, how many medicine men and women are you inviting for this rite of passage? Because their prophecy had to do with delivering the rites for all of humanity, not just for their group. We're in the middle of the mountain, 3 days walking from the nearest village where the shamans lived. And when we see them coming, there were more than 100 of them because this was the fulfilling of their mission as a people, which was not only for their people, but for the entire human race.
Iliatixi Wiracocha, Huacantanca, Hatun Espíritu, tú que estás sobre nosotros, debajo de nosotros.
When you first remember the instructions of Don Manuel, you kind of went into a trance. And I was like, what is happening to Alberto? And I saw really that you were in some kind of moment of communion with something bigger. And then you spoke and said, there's a ninth rite. And I said, what are you talking about? And you said, the 9 rites together are called the Muneki. We went up the mountain and lightning started coming down, lightning all around. And we know that one of the ways that initiations happen is through lightning. And before we know it, we were in the middle of the dispatch of the offering ceremony. We started being hit by hail. So it was just so clear how the sky gave us in our heads with that force, these taitantis rantis, to be like the creator, not to be the creator, so we don't become all inflated like I am everything, I am God, But we are part of God, and God, or the Creatress, works through us and as us.
Our mission then becomes to create, to co-create beauty with spirit. And we begin to practice now that body of wisdom called dreaming the world into being. And as you dream beauty in the world, beauty comes to you. If you dream abundance in the world, you become abundant. If you dream joy, you become joyous. So you become all of the things and attitudes and gifts that you wish to bestow on all beings in the earth.
The 10th rite is the initiation of the womb. Here we become connected to a lineage of women who remind us that we did not come to suffer. Yes, there are painful situations, there's pain all around the world, but we didn't come just to experience suffering. We came to remember that we are powerful creatresses, the women, of the destiny that we want for our children's children and beyond. At this level, we understand that every action, every thought, every feeling is for the 7 generations and beyond. So we cultivate our power, our vision, our love. We go for it. We don't just sit around waiting for someone else to fix the world, but we signed up to be the ones we have been waiting for. Having the sacred codes in my body activated and empowered, it's like having the compass of where to be, when to be, and how to be. Then we can truly be in Aini. That's a word in Quechua which means reciprocity, to say yes to life fully, not halfway, not full of excuses, but to listen to that compass of our innermost self that is totally connected with the outermost self, the cosmos.
The Munaiki have given me tools, processes, a lineage, motivation, sustenance, nourishment of how to really see all of life as sacred, how to realize that my presence can potentially be a healing presence for myself and for others.
Estos procesos energéticos, estas semillas del Munaiki, vienen a traernos una liberación y una comunión con la vida que va más allá de nuestra historia pequeña y nos conecta con una historia mucho más grande donde todos podemos participar para traer algo diferente a este mundo.
This wisdom is something that has really changed my life. It feels like such a powerful and full body experience of love and gratitude. We have just seen so many people get in touch with their heart and take up stewardship of the earth to make a change.
Wir dürfen uns dabei erinnern, dass die Schönheit da ist und nicht nur das, was uns vielleicht Angst macht, nicht nur das, was uns Sorgen macht, das, was uns vielleicht verbittern lässt. Wir haben die Möglichkeit, die zu überwinden. Sie wird nicht weg sein, aber wir laden somit wieder die Liebe ein, das Miteinander, die Großzügigkeit, die ich hier in all ihren Facetten erleben durfte, bei Menschen, die im Vergleich vielleicht zu uns wenig haben und dennoch so reich beschenkt sind durch diese tiefe Verbindung zu Mutter Erde.
Why are we so obsessed with developing artificial intelligence instead of cultivating and empowering natural intelligence?
We need to reconnect to nature. The waters, the earth, the woods, the trees, taking your shoes off, walking barefoot. But there's another nature we need to connect to as well, which is the invisible nature. In the West, we've become so influenced by materialistic science that we think nature's only trees. When in reality, the really interesting things are happening in the invisible world. If you ask a physicist, they tell you 95% of the energy in the universe is called dark energy because it's invisible. We can't see it. Well, the shamans can. You can. You can interact with it. You can explore an extraordinary cosmos available to us if you learn that you are not only this physical form, that you're also an energy field that can be awakened and conscious.
Cosmos and Earth in this body offer us a compass of where to be and how to be, and that is in Aini, reciprocity with nature. Nature feeds us, nurtures us every single day, offers everything we need to be in this bones and blood existence. Instead of objectifying nature and abusing and using everything we can from her, we need to offer our care, our love back to the Mother Earth, Mother Water, Mother Nature. So to be in that beautiful reciprocity that is full of love and full of gratitude. Aini.
And I remember Don Manuel saying to me, Alberto, if you don't embody the future is going to roll right over you and you're going to be tested by it. Better to become the future than to wait for the future.
This is an invitation to become a Muneiki practitioner. That means that you receive the rights of the Muneiki from the healer transmission, what is to be a healer, all the way to an earth keeper, a star keeper, and a creator for your own life, but also for the life of humanity and all our relations, from the stone people to the creepy crawlers, to the ones that walk in 4 legs, many legs, the ones that fly, the ones that swim, all our relations. We are all longing for a world that is healthier, that has clean waters to drink, fresh air to breathe, education for all children, justice. So much are we longing for. And many times we feel disempowered. With the rights of Muneiki, we empower ourselves to take a step forward into action, because the Muneiki is love, pure love, but it's not fluffy love that it stays in the heart, that's nice feeling, but it's love in action, sacred activism. This is my invitation. If you resonate with my words, then you can come to the Muneiki training and become a practitioner that can offer the rights to others. And it's just a beautiful path. It's the path of the heart. And I am just so grateful to walk this path myself, and now to be able to offer it to you.